Good morning. How are you all? I'm doing good. All right. Well, let's move on to the analysis for the day. So let's first of all check the economic calendar. So we started on a good note yesterday. We had a winning trade yesterday. So we started the week with a good note. We are hoping it will end in a good note. All right. So first of all, let's check. Today is what 17th of September. Wow, the month is really running fast. So one thing is, if you are trading the financial market, if you are a trader, time really runs very fast, and you are always hoping for a fresh week to come to analyze, to trade the market. That's the beauty. Like when you become addicted to the game, when you enjoy what you are doing, you don't even, when time is going, you don't even see. But if you hate what you are doing, you're always checking the clock tick. You're always checking it. So you need to do what you love, but you have to make sure what you love is giving you money, because what you love, if what you love is not giving you money, then it's going to be very hard for you to pay your bills. So you have to make sure, if the thing that you are doing is not paying your bills instantly, then you need to find something that is going to pay your bills for the meantime. Then you keep on working on what, your passion, and with time it's going to pay. You get it? With time it's going to pay. So that's how it works. So you need to follow your passion, and you have to make sure your passion is giving you money. If it is not giving you money, you need to do something that is going to give you money, and at the same time working on what you love. So when the thing that you love keeps on clicking, when it keeps on working, then you start moving on to what you love, what you are interested. That's what I did. You get it? That's what I did. I didn't just start with Forex straight away when I wanted to do it full time. I was doing some side hustling. So when I realized it's working, it's clicking, then what? I moved in full time. So that's how it works. All right. So 17th of September 2024. So let's check the economic calendar and see what we are going to expect. So on the learning session so far today is kind of, so the market is full of, one thing I've noticed is the market is full of economic events. So anytime that you get advantage, or you get hold of any trade, you have to execute with no fear, because most of the days are filled with what? Economic calendar. And you see, the currency market is being influenced by the economy, the country that it belongs to. So most of the time it's normal to be seeing all these economic events and those stuff, because since you are in an economy, activities are going to happen. So it's normal. So today we are going to see retail sales at 12:30. So one thing is, when those high impact news about to hit the market, we are going to see a slow movement or slow market before the news will hit the news will hit. So we need to pay attention to them. So we have CPI for Canadian, the CAD, that's the Canadian dollar. We have median CPI year by year, trim CPI. So when you want to see the details on which one is impactful, you can check. I think this one is the most impactful one, the CPI. The month by month, that's the most impactful one. You have core retail sales and retail sales. So aside from that time, we don't have any high impacting. So around 12:30, you are going to experience what chaotic. You are going to see big candles in the market. So during that time, I always advise you need to stay away from the market. It's important you stay out from the market when something of that sort is happening in the market. You need to stay out from the market. You get it? You need to stay out. So you don't have something like that. So let's move on to. So that means at the lending session, you don't have any high impact news. Okay, so on Wednesday too, in the morning time, you are going to see CPI for the pound dollar. And tomorrow is going to be should I say a very impactful day during so tomorrow we are going to see FOMC. Okay, so this is an interest rate for the Fed is going to release their interest rate. Okay, that the Fed is the central bank for America. So this is their interest rate. So they are going to release interest rates. The rate. So the rate is very important. Okay, the rate is what is going to make investors decide on what to do, whether to invest more in that economy or to withdraw back or to withdraw their money from the system. So you have to be very careful. So when the lending session is over, one thing is what we are going to experience slow markets or most of the time from experience, that's what happens. You are going to experience slow market. So the news is being released. So you have to be very careful. Okay, so everything that I'm saying is based on experience. We have to be very, very careful during that time because of the FOMC news. And Thursday too. Wow. So this week is kind of a volatile market. On Thursday too, you're having monetary policy, official bank rates. So you're having an interest rate too for the pound during during pre-New York session. You're having interest rates for the pound, which is also very, very important. You need to pay attention to them. We have unemployment claims. So this week is very, very important. You are going to experience a lot so you have retail sales during the lending session on Friday, and at the same time you have card. So this week you need to be very, very careful. So that was Monday was the only day that it was cool with no impactful news. So you need to be very, very careful when you are trading. So today the only high impact news is around the core retail sales. Okay, the core retail sales. So let's analyze. So let's start with Euro USD and do the analysis. So first of all, when you are doing your analysis, you need to know the overall view of the market, where you are going to make decision. So the market, there are two things that is involved. It's either you are going to buy or what you are going to sell. You get it? Either you buy or you sell. It's either you buy or what you sell. Two things involved. So no other thing that is being done than buying or selling in the currency market. You either buy or you sell. So on Euro US, so first thing, when you come to the market, the first thing you have to do, or the first thing you have to have in mind is what you need to ask yourself: where is the market heading to? What decision are you going to make? You get it? What decision are you going to make? What is going to be your bias? So your bias is going to be the direction where you are going to take a step. Are you going to move up or you are going to move down? You get it? So you need to decide before you make a decision. You check on what entry to take. So you move to that side. So you have to do top-down analysis. Okay, so top-down analysis simply means what? Analyzing from the higher time frames. Okay, so time frames are simply what? The times that candles are formed and closed. So on the monthly time frame, every month a candle is formed and a candle is closed. On the weekly time frame, every week a candle is formed and a candle is closed. On the daily time frame, a candle is formed and one day, every day, a candle is formed and a candle is closed. So you need to take note of all those times. You get me? You need to take note of all those periods. So on the monthly time frame, we are going to analyze. We are going to indicate or to draw out the support and resistance levels. So on the monthly time frame, when we are indicating the support on the Euro USD, we have what? Resistance. We had resistance. We had resistance. We had resistance. So let me tell you the story. When those times at my earlier stage, when I wake up like this, my heart will beat because I know I'm going to lose in the market. My heart will beat. But you need to come. You get it? That's the thing that you've taken on yourself. So you need to come to the market. But my heart will start beating because I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want to trade. So with time, I things became with time things became simple. We started understanding whatever. So one thing that I've seen is what at the beginning of everything it is going to be hard, but if you continue grinding, it will become very soft. So don't give up. Okay, it's going to take you time. I'm not going to say it's not going to take you time. Sometimes it can take you years, and the years that I'm talking about is when you are consistent, not when you come to the market a month time, then you are off. When you see someone opening the chart and you've remembered you are a trader, then you come again, you are not going to see results. You have to be consistent every day. That's when it's going to take you years. Okay, I'm not going to say it will take you years for you to understand this thing. That's when you are consistent, not when you are partial or passive. So with time you will get used to. So just relax. Okay, does not right. These things, as I said, since you are spending currencies, this thing is not going anywhere. It's going to be there forever and ever, unless the whole world starts spending what one currency, and it's not going to be in our generation. So on the monthly time frame, we have what? We have a resistance over here. We have support. You get it? So we have a resistance over here. So mostly I use different colors to what? Differentiate the support and resistances in order for it to be very easy for me when I move to what? The other time frames. So that's why I usually what? Use those what? Colors to differentiate them so that it's very simple for me. So I have what? Support levels what? Over here on the monthly time frame. So if you want to make it very clear, for it to be very simple, you use what? Line chart to what? Make it very simple. So I'm not going to check the trend on the monthly time frame since I'm not a position trader. I'm just a day trader. I'm not going to hold a trade overnight. That thing, I'm not going to do that thing again. So I just opt for, from what happened to me last week, I'm not going to hold any trade overnight. So on the weekly time frame, with that one too. So if you can remember last week, I was saying if this candle close bullish like this, so this is one of the patterns that I usually trade. If the candle close beneath this one, so this trade, the way this pattern has happened is the same thing that happened when on the trade that we took yesterday at H1 time frame. Okay, so the thing is what the patterns are the same when it's happened. The patterns are mostly the patterns are the same at all the time frame created. The support was created, what are you expecting? A move to the nearest reactional level. You get it? So it formed high, pulled back. What do you expect? Trend continuation. You get it? Trend continuation. So when I move to the GBP USD on the H1 time frame, the trade we took yesterday, I will just take note of or visualize this thing. Okay, when you move there, I will show what happened to you yesterday, the trade we took. So it's the same pattern. So I've visualized, I've memorized all my patterns. So the moment it happens, I execute. The moment my pattern happens, I execute. We have support. What do you expect? Trend continuation. The same thing that happened. So last week I said this thing that when the candle closed bullish, the chances of the possibility that it is going to move up is very high. Okay, so when you join the stream, you give a like to the YouTube. This thing. You give a like. Okay, if you join, you give a like to the stream. Then what? We move on. So we have a resistance too over here. You get it? So that's the only thing. So when you come here to, we have a support over here. Change it to light charts. Make it very simple and easy for you. You get it? Make it very simple and easy for you. So that's the only thing that I'm doing at what the that's the only thing I'm doing at the weekly time frame. So when you come to the daily time frame, that's when I'm going to take the trend, my directional bias. I'm going to determine my directional bias. So you see now the candle did lower low, lower high, lower low, broke this one. You see, the moment this candle broke and closed above this one, it tends towards an uptrend. So currently it is an uptrend. So what are you expecting? You're expecting a pullback to the near for the previous resistance. Then it will continue up. Okay, it will continue up. So the areas or the possible levels that price might retrace is it might retrace on this one, it might retrace on this one, then pull back, or retrace on this one, then pull back. You get it? So these are the possible levels that price might retest on. You get it? The possible levels that price might retest on. So we have daily resistance support over here. So we have daily support over here. You get it? So the nearest level that price might retest is on this level. So now we have this zone for pricing to fill it. What part are you talking about? Please, which part? You said I should repeat a part again. Kindly indicate the part that you said I should repeat. So this is the range price is going to get filled. This is a possible range, okay, on the daily time frame. So now, this one thing that I've been saying to you people that sometimes you can get an entry at the daily time frame. You can get the setup can form on daily time frame, and you can get an entry on the daily time frame. You get it? And sometimes too, the setup can form on H4 time frame, and you can get an entry on H4 time frame. So on the daily time frame, you see this one that has formed over here. You can take when it starts pulling. You can be taking a buy at the daily time frame. Okay, as it's pulling back, you can be using dynamic risks. Then you're already in the trade because price has broken through the resistance area over here. This is the zone price, the possible zone that price can fill. Get it? So the safer side is you wait for price to flip, then you take a buy over here. But one thing is if you are measuring, you have to consider where you are going to place your stop loss. If you are taking a buy now on Euro USD at the daily time frame, you have to note where you are taking. So your stop loss is going to be I said when you are placing a stop loss, you need to consider the candle and the levels, the support and resistance levels. You get it? So the next, if you are placing a stop loss, the safer side is going to be here. Okay, the safer side is going to be 62 pips or 64 pips, targeting 45. You see, your risk is now yes, last time I talked about risk to now your risk is going to be very high. You get it? Your risk is going to be very high, so it's not worth it. So that's why mostly we move to the lower time frames to search an entry. Other than that, we could have taken a buy. You could have taken a buy because as price have broken through that resistance, now tend to support. Price is this range is going to get filled. Okay, so This another way you can be taking an entry. Since you are now sure you are setting on the entry, you can be adding position as price is pulling back. But this way, this way of doing what, entering position or adding position, is it's kind of risky, because even though you've gotten a confirmation that price has broken through the resistance, but it is kind of risky because it hasn't given you the full confirmation. You get it? It hasn't given you your full confirmation. So you can be adding position. The moment price starts flipping bullish, you're already in the trade. But one thing is what? When it comes to when price is pulling back and you are adding position, it gives you a better entry. You get it? It gives you a better entry. So it's good when you are doing it that way. Okay, it's good when you are doing it that way. So since there's no entry over here, let's move to H4 time frame and see. So on the H4 time frame, this is what is happening. So on the H4 time frame, we have a resistance over here. Price hasn't closed beneath this one. So this resistance, this support is still valid. Okay. So you see one thing, who is seeing what I'm seeing on Euro USD? So you see what I told you about on the daily time frame. Well, let's move to the daily time frame. So on the weekly time frame rather. On the weekly time frame, I told you we have what? A support over here, a support over here. You get it? So let's move to H4 time frame. So when you move to H4 time frame, you have what? A support over here, a support over here. You get it? You have a support over here, a support over here. So this zone, you get it? This level is it's a strong level. Okay, it's a strong level. So price, it's going to be very difficult for price to break through. That doesn't mean price can't break through. So since now candle structure has changed. Okay, candle structure has changed in the sense that price has broken through the previous candle dip at the H4 time frame. It has broken the previous candle dip at the H4 time frame. So what, the chances of price flipping back is very high. Okay, it's very high. But one thing that you have to notice, what, it is not confirmed. It is just what, an ongoing candle. So if you want a perfect or a better confirmation, you need to wait for what, price to what, close before you confirm. This thing that is moving can be something like this, can be something similar like what is happening over here. You see, as price broke through, price started moving up. As price started moving up, you get it? As price started moving up, you see the long way. So you might think, oh, price has broken through the resistance. Okay, you might think price has broken through the resistance, so it is confirmed. But you see the wick, price wicked back again. Okay, so I don't usually use an ongoing candle as a confirmation. What I normally use is what, when the candle has closed, that is when you make a decision. So this candle wick. So from the weekly support, so we have what, a resistance over here. So you see, this levels 2 is what, we have a strong level over here. Okay, so I can see this point to be a range, this level to be a range. Okay, it's not tradable zones. Okay, because from the distance from here to here, it's not, the intervals is not far. Okay, so you see the wick that I'm talking about, because this zone, the reason why I'm saying this can be a wick, it can wick and pull back, start moving up, is what, because of this zone. Okay, because of this zone. But one thing too is what, since the candle has broken the previous candle dip, you need to be very cautious, or you need to be very what, you need to be very careful. Okay, you need to be very careful and wait for the candle to close to make a decision. Because now one thing is what, I'm using this support as a confirmation. It's a very strong confirmation. Price is going to be very difficult for it to break. Fine. We have another what, confluence that is you have another what, confirmation that is invalidating our decision. The candle has broken, this candle has broken the bullish candle dip. It is also confirming that what, price has a chances of what breaking. So for me to justify my conclusion, or for me to for me to have a solid conclusion, I have to wait for the candle to close to decide on which part or which area price is going to head to. You get it? So now I will say this point is not a tradable zone because of the range. Okay, because of the range. The range is what kind of close. So we have a resistance to over here. So this is not a tradable zone. Okay, so we count this zone to be no trade zone, in the sense that because of what we have a lot of consolidation. So if price even close, now you can't make a decision over here. The candle hasn't closed. If you can see the previous candle was, let's zoom in and see. The previous candle has broken. The previous candle has broken beneath the support and resistance levels. So we can't make a decision. If a candle breaks a support and resistance, one thing that you have to notice what it is going to head to the other zone. Okay, it is going to head to the other zone. But one thing is what we don't use the lower time frame, such as what the H1 and what the M30 for our directional bias. We use the H4. So even H1 is still what an uptrend, this is just a complex market structure. You get it? This is just a complex market structure. Just a complex market structure. So it's still what a pullback on this move. This is just a pullback. Okay, it's moved up, consolidated. So in early market structure, okay, complex market structure. So since the candle has broken above this one, so this leg wasn't broken. This leg wasn't broken. Okay, so it's can, as I'm saying, it still can move up, but we need to wait. We need to watch and see what will happen. We need to watch and see what will happen. Okay, we need to watch and see what will happen. So as I'm saying, since price has broken beneath this one, it can head towards the next level. But as I'm saying, you see the previous H1 candle even closed with no wick at the top. Okay, so the chances of price flipping is very high. So we are not interested in the sell. For me, I'm not interested in the sell. Okay, I'm not interested in the sell. So I'll be waiting for the candle to make the H1 candle to close for us to make a decision. Okay, so let's wait for the H1 candle to close for us to make a decision on Euro USD. You get it? On Euro USD. So I think lending session is open. That's why we are seeing more pumps on what? On the Euro USD. So it has moved like 3. There was no the pip value in Euro USD is very small. So the whole of this move, if it's supposed to be, if it's like gold or GU, you would have seen a big pips. But see, this big move is only for pips. Imagine the Euro USD, the pip move is what. So let's move to GU and see what's going on. So on GU, let's move to the monthly time frame. So your question, I'm not getting it from the weekly support. You see, you are writing. So if you are asking a question, you need to go into details what you want me to answer. But if you just say from the weekly support, what does it mean? I don't get what you are trying to say. You are writing, so you need to make sure you have to write in a way that I will be able to understand and give you an answer to your question. So on the monthly time frame, we had the market did lower, higher high, higher low. So the moment it broke through this one, it turns to a downtrend. Okay, at the monthly time frame. So we have support over here. Okay, this is the valid support. So we are having support on the screen. but you need to know which one is valid. So currently, this one is a valid one. This one too is also valid one. But the reason why I indicated it over here is what we are day traders, and before price will even bounce back, come to this side. Before price will bounce back and come to this side, it's going to take a long time. Get it? It's not going to happen today. So that's why I use the closer one. I use the nearest one to what to indicate that thing. Okay, to indicate that thing. So this is the nearest one. So we have a resistance tool over here. We have a resistance over here. So when you move to the weekly time frame, that's the only thing that I need on the monthly time frame. You get it? On the monthly time frame, that's the only thing that I need at the monthly time frame. This is the tradable zone. This is the tradable zone. This is the tradable zone at the monthly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, I need to indicate my support and resistances. That's what I do on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we had what? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. You get it? Higher low. So it's the same thing that happened on what? So we had what? We have support. You get it? So it's the same thing. We have support. We have support. So you need to pay attention to them. Okay. And we have a resistance tool over here. We have a resistance tool over here. Okay. So when you check on the weekly structure, it's almost the same as what is happening on what? The Euro USD. You get it? It's almost the same as what is happening on the Euro USD. So we have a support tool over here. So in case maybe you are confused on how to what, in case you are confused on how to draw the support and resistance, it is not clear to you. So the best way for my discovery, the best way for you to what, for you to be able to indicate or for you to be able to see the support and resistance as well, use line chart. Okay, use line chart to be able to what, to indicate those levels. So we're having different types of charts. We have bar charts, we have candlestick charts, we have line charts. So when you come on your screen, those beginners over here, when you click on the drop down arrow over there, you are going to see the different charts. But the most used ones are the candles and the line charts. So you put it on favorite, then what? It will help you to be doing those things. So currently, we don't have any range on the weekly time frame for us to trade within, because unless price have broken through this one before we cannot make a decision. So yesterday the trade we took really moved it's even moved far from where we took profit. But that's trading. Okay, you need to stick to your plan. When this is the point or this is the level what I targeted for price to get to. So the moment price got to that level, I took profit. You get it? You don't have to hold on to the trade and say you are hoping price will move out. So next time when you do that, price can retrace. When it gets your target, your anticipated target, and you don't take the profit, price will retrace on you, and you still you are going to break your trading plan. So you need to have a plan. So the plan is going to include how you are going to exit the trade, how you are going to enter the trade, how you are going to your position size on the trade, the percentage of what your account you are risking at that moment. So you need to be able to indicate all these things. You need to factor all these things in your trading plan when you are entering a trade. So when it gets to your target, close the trade. You get it? When it gets to this your target, close the trade. Don't allow the trade to move further. Next time when you allow it to move further, it's going to take you out. It's going to come to your stop loss area and take you out from the market. So you need to have a plan. Okay, so I'm not going to beat myself since price even moved further. It even moved more than what the profit I took in the market. I'm not going to beat myself. This is just the market. You can't predict the market 100%. You get it. You can't predict it, but you predict what you see, what you wait, what you hope, or what you feel price is going to happen based on the chart that you are reading. So anytime it happens, then you take it. We don't use our feelings or intuition to be making decisions in the market. You make a decision based on what price is telling you on the chart. So on the weekly time frame, this is what you are seeing over here. This is the current support and resistances level. So the daily time frame is also what? An uptrend. You get it? The daily time frame is also an uptrend. We have a support over here that when price is moving down, if price is retracing, because currently price has gotten towards the weekly resistance level. Price has gotten to the weekly resistance level. Price has now gotten to the weekly resistance level. So we have what? A support tool over here. You get, so this is where we took profit yesterday. When price got to this level, I took profit, and price moved towards breakthrough. Price broke through the weekly resistance and came towards it broke through the daily resistance, moved straight towards the weekly resistance. It's normal, okay? Next time, if you are saying yes, price is going to move further up, the moment price gets to this side, you see it is going to retrace. So the market is full of uncertainties, but you need to stick to your plan. You need to know what you are doing. Okay, that's what is going to make you win in the market. So the daily time frame is an uptrend. The daily time frame is an uptrend. When you move to the weekly time frame, this is what is happening on the weekly time frame. So we have a support tool over here. We have a support over here. You get it? So now price, this is the trade. This is where we took, okay. So yesterday we took a buy over here. Price move. This is where we took the profit. We took a buy over here and we took profit over here. Price move further to this side. You get it? Price move further up to this side. So now price has created a support. Price has created a support. What are you expecting? A trend continuation to this side. So currently, so it is easy for you to know if price is going to range at that moment or price is going to trend at that moment. It's very simple for you to know. The way you are going to know is what? When price is in a range. That's when you are going to see whether price is going to trend or is going to consolidate. So currently, this is in a range. So let's move to H1 time frame and see whether we can get a tradable zone to trade within. So if you are taking, because the daily time frame, so this one you are not going to look for a sell, because when you move to the daily time frame, the daily time frame is what? The daily time frame is up. Okay, the daily time frame is an uptrend or a bullish trend. The H4 time frame is what? An uptrend. So why are you going to look for a sell? Tell me why. Why? Why are you looking for a sell? Why are you looking for a sell? The market is, all the time frames are trending up. So let's see Euro USD, what happened. So you see, so you guys are not taking me serious. You see what I told you about this thing. You see the Euro USD. I hope you guys are seeing it now. I hope you people are seeing what I said about the Euro USD. I told you. So follow the higher time frame trend. You get it. So if you're on this stream and you are not making profit, if you are not going to see, if you are not seeing profitability, then you are not being on the stream consistently. Exactly what I saw. You see, this one is going to fake some people out. I gave out the reason why this move is just going to be a fake out. Okay, I give out the reason this move is going to be a fake out, and exactly it is moving up. So those who enter the sell thinking they are going to what, take advantage of this range, they are now in the drawdown, wondering on what to do. So if you are not taking the take it seriously. So exactly what I said, price is now what, pulling back. Okay. So you need to you need to always make sure you are taking, you need to always make sure what, you are factoring the higher time frame when you are making decision. Don't focus on the shorter time frames. Okay, you are going to get a lot of fake outs. The shorter time frames are going to fake you out most often. So the H1 time frame, what? So you need to know how to what, read candles, understand the formation of candles, the psychology behind the formation of candles. It's very important. So I'm not going to say memorize the names of the candles. People are memorizing names of candles. What do you call it? You have something called pin bar. Those things. It is not important. The most important thing is understand the psychology of candles. So if a candle forms like this, what is it telling you? Okay, you need to understand the psychology. If a candle forms like this, it tells you what, we have what, sellers exhaustion. Okay, sellers have what, initially sellers were in control of the market. Sellers pushed the price down and buyers came in. So now buyers are in control. If you see something like this, it should tell you what the following candle is going to do. You get it? This one should tell you the following candle is also going to what, to move out, because now sellers have lost control in the market. Now buyers have taken over the market. So this is what sellers exhaustion candle. So you need to understand the psychology of candles. You need to understand the reason they are formed. You get it? Understand the reason you are formed, understand the support and resistance, the psychology of the support and resistances levels and those things. So I split it out, or I gave out the reason why this is going to be a fake out candle. I told you have a strong area of interest over here. We have what? We have a resistance, this is a strong area. When you move to H4 time frame, the H4, if when you move to H1 time frame, even though H1 has broken beneath this one, you get it, even though it has broken beneath, but one thing is what, this is a strong zone, and this candle formed with no wick. There was no what, so the wick means what, there's no pullback at H1 time frame. Mostly when the candles are formed, it needs to pull back. There's no pullback at the lower time frame. So this is the pullback it is making. You get it? This is the pullback that it is making. So you need to understand, don't memorize anything. Understand why everything is formed on the market. Understanding is very important as compared to you memorizing. This is not a traditional education that you memorize things. So that's why I said, so we are going to wait for, you are going to be looking for a buy. So this is not a tradable zone, okay, because we have a lot of consolidations over here. We have a resistance, okay, a lot of consolidation areas. So I would say it's not tradable, because we want to take a trade where what, we have a good levels. We don't want to be in a position where we are going to experience a lot of what, a drawdown. You will enter a trade and you'll be in a drawdown. So you see yesterday, even though we went in a drawdown, by the market moved in our favor. That's what we always expect to be doing in the market. So we don't want to be trading in this zone. So the best zone that you are going to wait for it to what, trade within is around this level. This is the tradable zone, okay. But you have a lot of zones over here, no support or resistances. The chances of price filling this zone very high. Okay, so this is what you are going to be looking for. So you were analyzing the GU. So when it comes to GU, let me check. So we are going to wait for this candle to close, because we have some small zone over here. This H1 time frame. So we are going to wait for this candle to close. So in the next 8 o'clock, that's when the H1 candle is going to close. So we are going to wait for it to close and make a decision. I love your stream. In less than a month, I have gained so much knowledge. Thank you. Thank you too for also having time to learn. You've also done well. Not everyone will be committed to the stadium, so you have also done well. So you need to be consistent. So that's the only thing that you are searching. You are going to be looking for what at the H1 time frame. So we are going to wait. If it breaks above this one, you cannot take a buy. So let's wait for the H1 candle to close. There we see. So let's move to, it's been a while we analyze gold. Let's see what is happening on gold. So let's move to the monthly time frame on gold. So gold has gotten to a price that it hasn't gotten to there. It hasn't gotten to that level before. Okay, price hasn't gotten to this price before. So when you go back, this is where it started. It started at this level. You see now the monthly time frame. You see where price has gotten to. So now gold is in all-time high. Okay, gold is in all-time high. So imagine maybe you bought gold at this level and now price is at this level. You've changed your financial condition. You bought at this level and now price is at this level. Everything would have changed perfectly. So that's good. So on the monthly time frame, there was no price action, there was no past data for us to based on it to analyze. So we are not going to be looking for anything over there. Same thing as what on the weekly time frame. Nothing. We are not going to be looking at anything over there. So okay, let's see. But it's going to take a long time for price to even get to this level. It's going to take a long time for price to even get to this level on the weekly time frame. So if you are analyzing the weekly time frame very critical, if you're analyzing the weekly time frame very well, we can see. So that means gold is still having some chances of moving up again, because now the tip has been broken. Okay, so it still has some chances, but as to when it is going to get to, we don't have any idea about it, because there's no past data for us to use to analyze. So we don't know where, unless it hasn't created any support or it hasn't created any resistance. Okay, so unless it creates a market structure before you'll be able to know where gold is going to head to. So for now, we don't know where it is going to head to. Either it is going to retrace or it's going to bounce, move further up. You have no knowledge about it. So when you move to the daily time frame, the one thing is the way I analyze the market. It really took me a long time. So I've been able to separate what works and what it doesn't work. Things that are the same, things that they are not. Like I've been able to separate those things. So I came to conclusion that this is the simplest and the profitable way of analyzing or trading the market. Get it? I don't use complex stuff. Very simple. Just indicate your horizontal lines on the screen. Able to understand the candles, you are there to go. That's the most important thing. Trading is supposed to be simple. So on the monthly time frame, on the daily time frame, we don't have any market structure. You get it? So when you scroll back, so currently we don't have any zone for us to even point it out. We don't have any zone currently on the daily time frame. So on the H4 time frame, that's when we can analyze. Okay, on the H4 time frame. So tomorrow is going to be an FOMC, the interest rate. The Fed is going to release the interest rate. So are we going to experience a rate cut or a hike in the rate? So it's not going to be determined by what the Fed is going to be doing. So we have a resistance over here at the H4 time frame. So currently, what you can be doing on gold is gold has gotten to a resistance. So for it to get a good move, you need to wait for the H4 to close before you make a decision. Because when you move to the H1, you have a resistance resistance. Okay, a resistance levels. So it's currently ranging. So you don't have any tradable zones on gold. Gold is currently in what, in a range. It has gotten to a resistance level. So the best way you can do, or the best, because I'm not going to. Okay, so you need to wait for the H4 to close, because initially the H4 time frame was what, a downtrend. You get it. The H4 time frame was a downtrend. So you need to the daily time frame. The daily time frame is an uptrend, but the candle structure on the daily time frame is what, a downtrend. The moment this one broke, the moment the tip got broken, it turns to what, a downtrend. Okay, so we need to wait for. But mostly pattern structure is the most important thing. Pattern structure on the daily time frame is what, an uptrend. Okay, the pattern structure is an uptrend. So we need to wait for what, the H4 candle. Mostly I take into consideration the pattern structure before I'll consider what, the candle structure. So we need to wait for what, the H4 candle to close. Okay, we need to wait for the H4 candle to close. That's the most important thing. So let's wait for the H4 candle to close. So if the H4 candle close, this is what I'm going to expect. This is what I'm expecting, because the way the H4 candle has formed is, it's a nice what, a pattern. It's a nice pattern because it has given us the pullback. Okay, the candle has given it. You have a candle pullback. So the wick. So when I say pullback, I mean what, the candle pullback simply means what, it has created a wick. So we are seeing a candle pullback at a current H4 candle. We are seeing a candle pullback. Okay, the pullback is just what, when you move to the lower time frame, you're going to see a bearish candle. Okay, so this is a bearish candle. So this is what I'm talking of. So we're having a pullback. Okay, so as the pullback formed, what I'm expecting is what, I'm expecting the H4 candle to break above this one. So when it breaks above this one, then what, I'm expecting a takeoff. So maybe it will pull back small. When it pulls back, then it will take off. Okay, this is what I'm expecting. So this is what I'm expecting. So this is what I'm expecting on what, gold. Okay, so this move that you are seeing, maybe you are going to experience a pullback. Maybe you are going to experience something like a bearish candle, open close. So maybe you are going to experience a bearish candle like this. You are going to be seeing a bearish candle. Okay, then the bullish candle will take off. So this what I'm expecting on gold. But I don't know. So most of the time what's happening is, because you're having FOMC, sometimes the range can start a day before the FOMC release. The FOMC this thing, the rate is being released. That's what sometimes happens. So expect gold to range, or expect gold to be what, to be consolidating to tomorrow. Okay, it's possible to be expecting. So if you are trading gold, you need to be very careful, because sometimes you might be in a trade and it will consolidate because of what, on Wednesday, tomorrow, 6 p.m. GMT, we are going to be seeing what, they are going to release this interest rate for the Fed. This thing, the US economy. Okay, the US economy. So the Fed is going to release the interest rate. So FOMC simply means what, the interest rate. So the federal funds rate, they are going to release their interest rate. So investors are very interested in what, the rate to release. So you need to be very careful. So this is what I'm expecting on gold, and you need to be very careful if you are trading gold, as I said. So on Euro USD, I'm expecting the H1 candle to close. Then we make a decision, decide on what to do. So the pound dollar too is moving up. So we are waiting for the H1 candle to close. Then we decide. Okay. So currently, if you're having a question, kindly drop it in the chat box. It will be answered. Those in the Zoom session, if you're having a question, you can ask. Then what? As we are waiting. So those in the YouTube chat, I think today your numbers are up. Where are you listening from? Where are you watching me from? Where are you watching me from? Are you all in Ghana or some are in South Africa, some are in Nigeria? Where are you listening from? So Bitcoin pairing it with what? You said I should analyze Bitcoin what? So you need to indicate Bitcoin with what? BTC USD or BTC what? The pound or what? So you need to indicate BTC what? So in the currency market, in the financial, if you are trading, you pair it with the what? You can't trade an instrument standalone. You need to pair it with something. So if you say I should analyze Bitcoin what? You need to indicate or maybe analyze BTC USD or BTC GBP. So you said BTC USD. So which platform should I use? Binance? Should I use Coinbase? Which platform should I use? I've not been trading this thing also. I don't have. Okay, I think Oanda too is having a plus. So let me use Oanda. So on the Ghana, Emmanuel Azigo Ghana Sinyani. So I said, where are you people listening from? Where are you tuning in from? So indicate it in the chat box where you are listening from. I want to know where my followers are coming from. Maybe you'll be doing a meet and greet if you are in Ghana, or maybe I'll be coming to South Africa. All right. So on BTC USD on the monthly time frame. So as you are waiting for the H1 candle to close, on the monthly time frame, I think the stream is kind of late. So on the monthly time frame, it has gotten to a strong resistance level. You see, price has broken through this. Previously it was support. So the moment it broke through, it broke through the support. It broke through the resistance. So this is a strong level. So if you want to see how strong the level is, use the line chart. If you want to see how strong the level is, kindly use the line chart. Okay, so turn it to the line chart. So you see the levels. So these levels. So on the monthly time frame, this is the monthly time frame. You get it. So this how strong the level is. You get it? This is how strong the level is. So you need to pay attention. You need to always make sure. So let me give you a clue. If the level is very strong, okay, if the level is very strong, don't use lower time. If the lower time frame breaks it, don't use it as a confirmation. Always use the higher time frames. I've been a victim before. Usually those times I used to use the lower time frame like the H1. I use the, like, let's say M15 H1 for confirmation. Mostly when it happens like that, if you use the lower time frame for confirmation, you are going to lose a lot. Okay, so always make sure you are using the higher time frame like the H4. When it breaks, before you confirm the level has broken. If you are using the lower time frame to confirm, you are going to be making a mistake. So always use the higher time frames to confirm when the level is strong, because we have a resistance over here, resistance over here. You get it? We have a resistance over here, and we have a resistance to over. Sorry, we have a support over, a resistance over here. So when the candle has broken beneath this one tends to a resistance. You get it? The moment price broke through this one, now in formally or initially or previously it was what, resistance, but the moment it broke through, it tends to what, a resistance. The moment the candle broke and closed, it tends to what, a resistance. So let's move to the weekly time frame. So if you are seeing more wicks, you turn it to a line chart. Yeah, it's very difficult. It will be very easy for you. Okay, we have a support over here. So we have a support over here. So the weekly time frame, the trend is what? A downtrend. Okay, you made lower low, lower high, lower low. Retested on this one. What are you expecting? Trend continuation. Okay. So on the weekly time frame, in case maybe I'm taking an entry on the weekly time frame, this is what I'll be expecting. Currently, there's no entry on the weekly time frame. So if you want to take a sell, you need to wait for the bearish candle to close like this. You need to wait for the bearish candle to close. Then you take a sell. You take a sell. You take a sell. Okay. Then you take a sell. This is what I'll be expecting. So you said your stop loss you've been stopping out most of, so I'll address that thing. So you just hold on. Let's finish analyzing this thing then. For those who have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe. Okay, kindly subscribe to the channel and give a like on the stream too. Give a like and subscribe to the channel. So in case maybe I'm taking an entry on the weekly time frame, this is what I'll be expecting. Okay, this is what I'll be expecting on the weekly time frame. So South Africa is a place that I want to visit. I want to visit South Africa maybe next year. So on the weekly time frame, this is what I'll be expecting. Okay, I'll be expecting. So there's no entry currently on the weekly time frame. Okay, so if I want to take a sell, there's no sell for me. So unless I go to the lower time frames like the daily time frame and those stuff, because it has gotten to a resistance, even though it has gotten to a resistance, but what shows it is not going to break out or it's not going to pull back? What shows it's going to pull back? You need to wait for a bearish. You need to get a signal. And I'm saying you don't make decision when a candle is ongoing. You make the decision when the candle has closed. Okay, before you make a decision or you confirm. So currently, what I'll be waiting for is I'll wait for the bearish candle to close. Then I'll take a sell. Okay, on the weekly, on the weekly time frame. In case maybe you are relying solely on the weekly time frame, that's what you'll be doing. So let's move to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, currently the daily time frame is an uptrend. Okay. The moment this candle broke above these zones, trend. Okay, currently it is an uptrend. We have some minor support over here. So I'm very meticulous when it comes to analysis. I analyze every pin, every single thing. I take it into consideration. So when you move to the H4, so I think you have a support over here. So turn it to a line chart. Okay. So this is the tradable zone when it comes to maybe. So when you move to H4, I think the H4. So currently the H4 time frame is an uptrend. Okay. The H4 time frame is an uptrend. So it's kind of confusing because the daily time frame is an uptrend. It has gotten to a support level. It has gotten to a support level. So with BTC USD, so now it's currently on a resistance level. So the safer side or the best way is what? If you want to get a good entry, I would advise, let me check the weekly time frame. So the weekly, so you see the weekly was a downtrend. The daily time frame is an uptrend. The H4 time frame is kind of what? A downtrend. Okay. So if you want to, so you remember, this is the point. So if you want to make a decision, I think you have to wait for all the time. You have to wait for the daily and the H4 to align. Okay, wait for the daily and H4 to align, because at this point it's kind of difficult to make a decision because it has gotten to a resistance now. Price is currently on a resistance. Okay, it's currently on a resistance. So if you are a day trader, if you are making a decision now, if you are trying to make a decision now, it's going to be very tough. Okay, because now price has moved from what? The area of interest. So even if you are taking a sell, you need to what? Take a sell on this level, wait for price to come to this level. That's where you are going to get a safer stop loss. Okay, as I always indicate, make sure if you are taking an entry, make sure your stop loss is at a safer side. It's on a strong area of interest. Currently it's in the middle of a range. So if you are taking a buy, where are you going to place your stop loss? So you need to always make sure you are placing your stop loss at a safer side. Okay, you're placing your stop loss at a safer side. Currently, I will advise you to wait for price to pull back to this level. Wait for price to pull back to this level. Okay, then you take a sell. Currently it's in a range. Okay, unless maybe we are scalping, it's currently in a range. So the best thing you can do is what? Since the daily time frame is currently an uptrend. Wow, making decision on BTC is kind of tough now because the weekly is a downtrend. Okay, the weekly is a downtrend, so it's kind of tough. So I think you need to wait for what? The daily and H4 to align. When they are in the same trend, then you make a decision. That's the best advice I will give you, because now they are all in what? They are inconsistent with each other. Daily is what? Daily is a downtrend, H4 is an uptrend. Wait for the structure to align. That's the best way to get a winning trade. So someone is saying, please, my stop loss don't stop me. What does it mean? Please, if you're writing, kindly take time, read it over before you write. Please, my stop losses don't stop me out. Sometimes what could be my mistake? So are you trying to say mostly you get stopped out? So as I'm saying, if you most of the time get stopped out, this can be the reason, or this might be the reason. One, you are not placing your stop loss at a safer side. You are trading in the middle of a range. You get it? So yesterday we took a sell. Let me show you something. Yesterday the buy we took on GU. Let me show you where stop loss was. And the reason why I placed that stop loss. So we took a buy over here. I took a buy at this spot level. Okay, I took a buy. Which level? This, okay, I think over here or so. We took a buy over here. So the reason why I took the buy, we took a buy, I think over here, right? When it broke this one, we were late to the entry, but we took it. So the reason why I took the buy, this is the reason why I took the buy. You see, I placed my stop loss was beneath this level. My stop loss was beneath this level. The reason is what? I have support. So this point becomes a strong level. Okay, we have a strong level over here. We have support. So this point is what, or this level is a strong level. Okay, this level is a strong level. So you need to what? Make sure what? You're placing your stop loss on a strong level. So the strong level, if you're having only one support or one resistance, then you need to consider the H4 support. Those levels are very strong. The H4 support and resistances, the daily support and resistance, if it is only one. But if you are placing your stop loss on, let's say, the H1 time frame, you need to make sure you're having double support or resistance, like something like this. I'm not going to use only one support to make a decision. Okay, like maybe we had one resistance or one support over here, then I'll use it to make a decision. I have to make sure there are two. So something like this. If this support wasn't created, I would have used what, the higher time frame, like H1 support or resistance, to make a decision. Okay, and sometimes you might be trading at the wrong time of the day. Sometimes if your stop loss continue get hit, you are, sometimes it might be you are trading at the wrong time of the day. Okay, so you need to consider that thing too. Or it might be, so most people are being told that you have to use fixed loss size. That's a fallacy. Fixed loss size, your stop loss should be fixed, like always 20 pips. Your stop loss should be like fixed 12 pips every day. That's a fallacy. Your stop loss is going to be based on market structure. It's going to be based on what support and resistance. It's going to be based on the candle structure. It's going to be based on the pattern structure. So if you are using only one, if you are using only this thing, if you are being fixed that because I want big risks to reward, so I'm going to use like 5 pips, and what my target is going to be like 1 to 4, 1 to, you are getting it wrong. You need to what, place your stop loss based on what the market is showing you or what the market is telling you. So if the market is telling you this is where you have to place your stop loss, listen to what the market is telling. Even if you are getting what, a negative risk to reward ratio, at long run you are going to win, because the market, as I said, doesn't move in a straight line. It moves in what? It moves up and down. Okay, it will move and it will pull down. So yesterday I entered the trade over here. You were in profit for some time and the market pulled back. You thinking what, it is coming to stop you out. You get it, and later took off. You get it. That's how the market works. It doesn't move in a straight line. It will move and pull back. So if your stop loss is not at the right place, you are going to be stopped out, even though your analysis is right. But the market is going to stop you out, and what? It is going to move in your favor again. So you have to always pay attention to, one, the levels that you are using. So you need to make sure the levels that you are trading on, where you are placing your stop loss, should be beneath. If you are using resistance, it should be beneath a resistance. If you are using support, it should be what, above a support. So if you are taking, your stop loss should be what, beneath. You need to give a breathing room. Okay, so if I notice that what, the level over here, my stop loss, I'm going to give some intervals like 2 to 3 pips below what, where the support is. I'm not going to place it very tight on this level. I have to leave a breathing room like 2 pips. Okay, because sometimes a wick can stop me out. Even though the level is very strong, a wick can stop me out. So I'll use like 2 pips. Okay, a breathing room for the market to breathe, in case maybe it is grabbing liquidity, it is taking people out. Okay, then maybe this point is going to be my stop loss. You get it? So these are levels, and you have to take into consideration structure. The one thing too is what, this is how the market moves, high, high, it moves in waves. So if we're taking a sell, if maybe price has broken through this one, if price have broken through this one, this support, and if you are taking a sell, okay, if you are taking a sell, this point is your target. If you are taking your sell, you have to know that if price come back, it is going to retrace on this level or this level. So where the structure is going to get invalidated is when this level has been broken. So if it breaks this level, okay, if it breaks this level, now what structure was, if it breaks this one, now it is a downtrend. So if you are placing your stop loss, you need to place your stop loss beneath this one. Okay, so sometimes the market can wake. So that's why I'm saying you need to make sure the market you are given a breathing room. In order for you not to be stopped out. Okay, so when price close above this one, now the trend has shifted to what, an uptrend. Okay, the trend has shifted to on. So then, if it continue ranging within this area, price is still what, a downtrend. If it continue ranging within this area, price is still a downtrend. So you have to take note of that too. So you take into consideration the levels and the structure, okay? And the time of the day is very important. Around 5, 6 p.m. If you are taking a trade, especially if you are trading currency, 6 p.m. GMT. If you are taking trade 6 p.m. GMT, 7 p.m. GMT, 8 p.m. GMT, you have to know that you are going to lose. Price is really going to consolidate because price is going to take off around 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m., heading towards what, the, what do you call it? Is it the Tokyo session? Heading towards the Tokyo session, you get the Asian session. That's when we are going to see movement in price. But if you are trading before those times, you need to know that it is going to consolidate. And with consolidation, both buyers and sellers, you don't know who is having control in the market. So you can be stopped out, even though your analysis, everything is right. You can be stopped out. So the time of the day too is very important. So if you are trading at a time that there was no volume, you need to make sure your stop loss is at what, a safer side. Okay, your stop loss is at a safer side, so that even if price, you are going to give a room for price to consolidate. So even if price is consolidating, you are not going to be stopped out. You get it? You are not going to be stopped out. So you have to take note of those times too. It's very, very important. Take note of the time of the day. So if you are consistently be stopping out, that means maybe you are using a tight stop loss. So you need to watch my entry video. Watch the way I enter the markets on my YouTube, on my video session. Move to the video session. You see how I talked about how I usually enter the markets. Okay, so now I was thinking it is going to break through this one. So it's still in a consolidation. Okay, it's still in a consolidation. So you see the H1 time frame, when you move to this side, so those who took a sell, I'm sure they have been stopped out. Those who took a sell thinking maybe Euro USD. So you have to make sure you are using higher time frame to confirm a break of structure or maybe a support or resistance. So currently, even though H1 time frame is calling me by this time. So even though H1 time frame has what? Even though H1 time frame has broken above this one, but I'm not going to make decision based on the H1 time frame. You get it? I'm not going to take a decision. I'm going to wait for the best thing I'm going to do is what? Because if you can see over here, when even though H1 time frame broke, you get it? Even though H1 time frame broke, but we are seeing what? It's flipped back into the zone again. So I'm not going to base my decision on these zones. I'm not going to base my decision on this. So I rather wait for. So this point would have been a nice entry when price got to this level. So I'm not going to base my decision on the H1 time frame. I'd rather wait for the H4. So this one, for instance, if you are taking a buy over here, where you have to ask yourself, where are you going to place your stop loss? But if price is coming back, the chances of price coming back, if price is coming back, it is coming back to the next level. It can be breaking through this one. So I think your stop loss should be this next structure level. Okay, this is the room price is going to retrace on. It is going to this. It has a room to what? To retrace up to this level. So if price is retracing, it is going to retrace up to this level. So if I'm taking a buy, if I'm taking a buy, I need to place my stop loss beneath this one, which is way what? The stop loss is going to be very big. The stop loss is really going to be very big. So I'll wait for what? I'll wait for the H4 to close rather, because most of the times H1 is going to fake you out, as it is doing. We all saw it over here. It's mostly faked out. So we are seeing 9 structures on what? The H1. But one thing we have to notice what? Don't use the lower time frame. You see, price has gotten to a stronger level. Okay, this is the weekly resistance. This is a weekly resistance. This is a weekly resistance, which is a strong level. So you need to wait for price to break through. Okay, when price breaks through, we have more room for more uptrend. Okay, we still have more room for price to get filled. We have tradable zones. We have more tradable zones at this level. So it's important to wait for. So we got a winning trade. You don't have to what? Rush and lose all the money you got yesterday. It's a patience game, so you need to be relaxed. So around 12:32, we are going to have retail sales. What are they going to expect? So let's try and interpret. So retail sales, this is what they are expecting. Core retail sales is the impactful one. So they are expecting retail sales to be what? The number they are expecting lower as compared to the previous. What they are forecasting is what? 0.2, which is what? Lower than what happened in the previous month. So when it happens like that, that means core retail sales is what's going to be what? Core retail, they are expecting lower numbers. So if they are expecting lower numbers, what are you expecting on the economy? It's very bad for the dollar. Okay, it's very bad for the dollar. If sales are low, it's very bad for the dollar. So I'm expecting. Okay, so it's confirming the uptrend. Okay, it's confirming the uptrend. So maybe we might see a spike. We might see what? An uptrend on the pound dollar, because on core retail sales they're expecting lower numbers, which is not good for the dollar. Okay, so sales core retail simply means, if you want to know the meaning, changes in the total value of sales at the retail level. So if the retail level their sales is very low, it's very bad for the economy, because if sales is very high, people are going to they will need more hands. They will be employing more people. Okay, employment rate is going to increase. So if now it has reduced, people are going to be laid off, because sales, they are not getting sales. Retail levels, they are not getting sales. Okay, so it's very bad for the economy. So that means the pound is going to gain strength. If this is just a projection, okay, this is just a projection. This is not the actual numbers, so it's just a projection. So if the projection happens to be right, then you have to expect what? GU to move up. the gold USD to move up. So everything will happen around what 12:30. So you need to be very patient and wait. Okay, so I think so that's what you're expecting. So as I'm saying, I'm not going to when it comes to the Euro USD, even though the H1 time frame has broken it, but I'm not going to use the H1 time frame for confirmation. So I have to wait for the next candle to break. Oh. So if you have a question, you can drop it. I have to wait for. So the H1 time frame candle is trying to break the previous candle. But one thing is what the H1 is not a stronger confirmation. Okay, it's not a stronger confirmation. As you all saw it over here, it's pulled back. It's pulled back. So I'm not going to use it for confirmation. I'm not going to use it for confirmation. Let's check on gold and see. So as I said, gold we are not in a tradable zone. So gold is consolidating. You need to wait for gold to break out. So since retail sales they are expecting lower numbers, the core retail sales they are expecting lower numbers. I'm expecting gold to what? To move up. Okay, I'm expecting gold to move up. I'm expecting a hike on gold. Gold to move up. If it happens to be true, this is just a speculation. Okay, so don't rely on it. And mostly, one thing is, I always say, why do you have to even be trading those high impact news? If it's about 10 pips, if it's about 12 pips, you can get it in the market with no when there was no even high impact news. Why do you have to risk at a moment when spread has increased? You decide to risk. There's going to be slippage. You decide to risk your money on it. It's not advisable. So let's wait and see. Even though the levels has been broken, but I'm thinking maybe everything will start taking off at the retail level, at the retail sales level. So I'm now waiting for the breakout. So one thing I've seen is what happens is when they come to the stream, or maybe when they come to the market today, they don't get a trade. The market is not meant to be taking trades every day. Okay. If you want to trade successfully, you don't have to be taking trades. Successful traders don't take trades every day. Not every day is a tradable day. So some days you come to the market, you will not get a trade. It's fine. That means you're having a rule. If you're having a rule, not every day is going to be a tradable zone. Okay, you need to have an instrument that you are going to master. You need to have an instrument that you master. So when they come to the stream, or when they trade, when they come to the chart and they don't see trade, they decide not to come to the following day. You don't know when the market is going to present an opportunity to you. You get it? You don't know when the market is going to present an opportunity to you, so you have to always make sure you are going to be live. That's the most important thing. Okay, you need to always show up. There's nothing from 5 years to now. There's no single day that I've not watched the chat. So you need to always show up. Show up to the stream. Show up. Show up. Show up. So I'm seeing whether this one is going to flip. So if it were to be the H4, when it flips, I would have taken a buy. But this is H1, which happens to be what? A weaker time frame at the H1 level. So even the M30, let me check. M30 give, okay. This was consolidating, which is not advisable to be taken. Because if you move to the M30 was kind of, it made a pullback. You get it? It made a pullback. So it was kind of consolidating. It was kind of consolidating, which was not advisable. Which is not advised. So this level was a consolidating level. Okay, this level was a consolidating level because we have price is always going to respect those levels. We have a resistance. We have a resistance. We have resistance. You get it? You have resistance levels. So even if you are taking a trade on the M30, let me check the M15. See, so you have what the chances of price breaking through. So I always say when it comes to those levels, price always is going to respect them. So you need to make sure you are always paying attention to them. You need to pay attention to those levels. You get it? You need to pay attention to those levels. So let's see whether the H1 candle is going to flip. Is it going to flip? Is it going to flip? Okay, so what's so I'm waiting. I want to see whether the H1 candle is going to flip. So sometimes you need to be very observant on what the market is going to be doing. You need to be very observant. You need to. So the best confirmation is, so because a resistance, we have a resistance levels over here. So resistance levels. So you need to pay attention to those levels. Okay, you need to pay attention to those. Don't use lower time frames to confirm the break. You get it? So let's see whether, so mostly, as I'm saying, with the retail sales before the release of the news, you might be seeing what consolidation before the news is being will be released. Most of the time when it is high impact news, for instance, or when it is high impact news, you are going to see this thing. We are going to see consolidation before it will take off. So let's see how the H4 candle is going to close. If it's close above, then we can take a buy. If it's close above, if it's close beneath, then maybe we need to wait for the retail sales to happen before we make a decision. So as I'm saying, this is what they are expecting. They are expecting the dollar to be weak. So if the dollar is weak, then we are expecting the pound to take off. So if the pound is going to take off, then GBP USD, we are going to see a buy. Okay, so we need to wait for the H4 to close. That would be the best thing to do. But I wanted to see whether the H1, this candle is going to flip bullish. I wanted to see something of that sort. As I'm saying, the H1 candle to me is the weaker confirmation candle if you are trading currency. But if you are trading a high volatile pair like Bitcoin, if you are trading high volatile pair like BTC USD, you are trading gold. I think if you are using the higher time frame like the H4, the daily, you are going to miss out trades most often. Okay, so you need to know the instrument that you are trading and the time frame you are going to use. So most of the time, the time frame that I'm saying it's weaker confirmation. It comes to when you are trading currencies, because currencies, it's not like the movements of those the movement of candles is not big or it's not fast as compared to trading the indices like US 30, the Nasdaq, and when it comes to gold. So you need to know the instruments you are trading. Okay, you need to know the instruments and understand the instrument, but you first of all have to know how to interpret the candles. Okay, so sometimes the H1 time frame, if you are using H4 for confirmations on gold and those stuff, you are going to miss out a lot of trade most often. It's even with GBP USD, most of the times I miss a lot of trade because I'm using the higher time frame. But to me, that's what is giving me profitability. You get it? That's what is giving me profitability. So I prefer it that way. But when it's, so you need to know the trade, you need to know the currency, or you need to know the instruments you are trading. Okay, you need to understand the instruments you are trading. Then you know the time frame that is best in making decisions. So you need to study. You need to study. But kindly give a like on the stream. If you just joined, kindly give a like on the stream. So we meet on the stream from Monday to Friday. Okay, same time. We meet every day, same time over here. So you can join us live. So I want to see how the H1, because when it comes to GBP USD, it has gotten to a strong resistance level, okay, which is the weekly time frame, which is the weekly time frame. But when you move to Euro USD, the H1 has broken out. As I've been saying, when it comes to currency, the H1 time frame is a weaker confirmation. Using trading currency, when you are using H1 time frame, you are going to get stopped out or faked out most often. So we need to understand. So you need to understand the instruments you are trading. Are you trading commodity, or you are trading indices, or you are trading currencies, or you are trading futures? You need to understand. So currency, future currency. Are you trading Euro USD futures? Are you trading card futures? You need to understand the instruments you are trading. It's very important. So that's why if you are starting out, it's best for you to know the movie, because most of the times, so why am I not trading even with the majors? Why am I not trading all the majors? Because I've tested this and I've seen I you need to make sure that currency too also that your trading style resonates with your lifestyle. Okay, your trading style resonates and it makes sense to you. Okay, me for instance, if you give me some strategy, I'm going to it's not going to make sense to me, but it might make sense to someone. So you need to know the strategy to understand, does it make sense to you? The way the person is explaining it to you, does it make sense? Like, does it sound good? Does it resonate with your lifestyle? And understand the currency. So the way those currency pairs move, everyone, most of the currencies moves differently. Okay, so me for instance, as I said, I don't trade most, even though I prefer trading the major currencies like AUD, USD, USD, JPY. But as I tested it, as I traded it, I realized that most of those currency pairs, the way it moves is very slow. So far I've tested most currencies, but the one that resonates with me, the one that I felt the way it moved is GBP US. I still have some love attachments with for GBP US. Okay, even though I'm trading Euro USD, but the way GBP USD moves, it moves very fast, not fast. You get it? I really like the way it moves. I really like the way it moves. I've traded gold before. I've traded most currencies, but the one that I like trading it is what, when it gives me an opportunity, I'm having high confidence in this, is what is GBP USD. Even though I'm trading Euro USD, but I have much confidence in what GBP USD as compared to all of them. You get it? As compared to all of them. So you need to understand. You need to understand the pair you are trading. So you see the 1 hour time frame is pulling back. The H1 time frame. So mostly we are going to use the H4 to make a decision. Okay, we are going to use the H4 to make a decision. So the 30-minute candle will close very soon. 30-minute candle is going to close very soon. So trading is all about waiting. So we are waiting for We are waiting. I'm going to wait for the next 30 minutes. If the H4 cannot close, then I'll see what to do. But retail sales, we need to be very careful when it comes to retail sales. The market will consolidate. When it comes to the high impact news, the market will consolidate before when the news is released, then it will take off. Hello? 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 Good morning. Yeah, yeah. No, around 1 kilo, around around this way. All right, so the 30 minute candle has closed. All right, so I'm waiting for the next 30 minute candle to. I want to see how the H4 candle is going to close. Is it going to close above this one? If it closes above this one, then we have high confirmation that it's going to align with fundamentals. Then it's going to align with fundamentals. Kind of. Mm. So one thing is the 30-minute candle, even though it has broken beneath this one, it has broken beneath the previously it was resistance, now tends to support. So it has broken beneath. It has broken beneath. So the chances of it coming down to, even though so you see currently it is in a range, we have a support over here, we have a resistance over here, so everything will be confirmed when the H4 close, because if it breaks beneath the resistance. Hello. Yeah, yeah. See the baby on your referral. Alright. Or referral to the opening. I want some real things. Alright. So everything will be confirmed. Everything will be confirmed when okay. So now I'm waiting for the H4. So you see now it is trying to break beneath this one. Since the previous candle broke beneath the resistance level, now tend towards the support level, now tends to a resistance. We're having a support level to over here. So I'm expecting price to break out. Okay, I'm expecting price to break out. This is what I'm expecting. So even if it breaks out, the stop loss, where to place the stop loss is going to be very, very tight. It's going to be very tight because the logic stop loss area, I would rather prefer, because when it comes to Euro USD, it's consolidates a lot. So based on my past experience, I don't want to be using the H1 time frame as my support and resistance level. Like last Friday, for instance, supposing if I used this H4 candle wick, I wouldn't have been stopped out. So you need to that's why I'm saying you need to know the currency pair you are trading. If it is a slow move, a slow pair, then you need to use higher time frame as your stop loss, higher time frame structure as your stop loss. You need to use higher time frame as your stop loss. So you need to know the instrument you are trading. think so maybe I'll be done very soon. I have something to attend to. So now it has broken through. The H1 is kind of taking over. H1 is kind of taking over. So I still see it to be a picker. So you see, as we came to the stream, so most when it comes to the prediction, as in projecting where the market will be heading to, it's very simple and very easy. So the H1 has broken, the M30 has formed the market structure. So the H1 has broken the previous candle tape. So we have a lot of room for candle to fill. So when it comes to the predicting, speculating where the candle will move to is very simple, but how to get an entry so that price won't stop you out is the most difficult part that you need to be very, very careful when it comes to that side. You need to be very, very sure there. As I explained, it has broken the previous, it's pulled back and now it's broken the previous tape. But I'm not going to use the H1 for confirmation since the H4 hasn't closed yet. I'm not going to use it for confirmation. I want a stronger confirmation. So we have support over here. So this is a strong zone. Okay, let me check the GU. So that means GU2 will be broken. GU2 has broken above. GU2 has broken above. G2 has broken out, so it's left with 16 minutes for. It's left with 16 minutes for the candle, the H4 candle to close. So let's see how it will close. Let me check the H1. So H1 has left, looking left. Let me check. Have some consolidations. So this one that you are seeing, it can be a wick. Okay, then weak inside, because this time frame, it's a strong time frame. So when it's closed, I will tell you what to do. So now if this one closed within this one, we can't take, we need to wait for a pullback. Okay, we need to wait for a pullback, something like this, because if you are buying here, if you are taking a buy over here, you are just buying in the middle of a range. Okay, you are buying in the middle of a range. Price is now currently too high. Price is currently too high. Okay, price is currently too high. So the best thing I would advise is you wait. You wait for a bearish candle. Okay, like something like a market structure. You wait for a market structure. then we take a buy. All right. So I'm showing you what you have to be looking for. So because you have more rooms for the candle to what? So if the H4 candle close, it is a strong confirmation. So you can be looking for a buy. Then you take, maybe if I might not be around because I've stayed here for long. So this is what we be expecting. Okay, because if you are buying here too high, so if you move to the H1, so H1, you need to see a pullback, like what happened on what Euro USD. See the pullback on Euro USD at M30, something like that. This is a pullback. Okay, so it's left with 40 minutes for the candle to close. So when it's closed, we have more rooms over here, because if you are taking an entry on H4, it's going to be, you need to wait for a pullback. That's the best way to go. Okay, you need to wait for a pullback. Let the candle, wait for a bearish candle to close. That will be the pullback. Some bearish candles, then what? If you see bullish candle breaking, then you take a buy. So something like this. I have something to attend to. I have to go to town too. So this is what you have to be expecting. Okay, this is what we are going to expect on. So Euro USD is taking off. So fundamentals are aligned with the technicals. What you are expecting. So this is what's happening on the M30. Okay, so as I've explained, you have to look for buys. You don't have to be looking for a sell. We have big range over here, more range for price to get filled. Okay, so you can be looking for those things. So I've given you a clue. So the next level price is going to get to this level. Okay, so this is what you have to be expecting. So I think I'll call it a day. We come again tomorrow. Okay, we come again tomorrow. So if I see an entry, maybe today I'll be very busy. I'll have to be in town by now, because I have to be in town by now. So maybe if I have chance, maybe I'll update the private group on what they have to be looking for. Okay. So yesterday we were fortunate we had a trade on the stream, but today it's outside the trading time. So good day, everyone. Have a nice day, everyone. Rather, bye bye to you all. See you tomorrow. Hey, bye. Hey, all right, all right. Bye bye, YouTube. Tomorrow, see you.